In 2020, as many as 12 states will have marijuana legal for recreational use and 37 states medically. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Matthew Mendoza, and today I'm going to inform you about the effects marijuana could have if it was legal in the United States. As most of you know, legalizing marijuana is a topic people are either strongly for it or strongly against it. But with 2 states now fully legalized and 23 states legalizing it on the medical level, it brings us to the discussion if marijuana should be legal. Based on my personal interest, I agree with people using marijuana as medicine, but I do not use marijuana recreationally or medically in any way, shape, or form. With that being said, people will smoke marijuana for non-medical uses and will always continue to do so. I do not think marijuana hurts anyone except for people that use it for prolonged periods of time. I researched and dug up the important facts. I will present information about financial advantages, crime in Mexico, and the use of medical marijuana. The government can tax the sale of marijuana and help use the money to build new government buildings or highways, etc. If today the federal government were to pass a bill that legalized marijuana in all 50 states by 2020, the industry can grow to a $35 billion a year business. If legalization grows at the rate at which it is going currently, it will be worth $21 billion by 2020. According to the HuffingtonPost.com, by 2020, 12 states are predicted to have already legalized marijuana. Those states are Alaska, Arizona, California, Hawaii, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Nevada, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Oregon, and Vermont. And 37 states will allow medical marijuana in their states, as opposed to the current 23. Although the government can gain from legalizing marijuana financially, there are more good reasons on why to legalize it. The Mexican cartels are smuggling drugs into the U.S., killing numerous people and not making the streets safe in Mexico. Next, I will talk about how legalizing marijuana would affect the Mexican cartel's business. The drug trafficking war that we are fighting with Mexico and legalizing marijuana will hurt their business and stop them from making the world a dangerous place and stop them from earning billions of dollars a year. Mexican cartels earn anywhere from $1.1 to $2.3 billion a year with an 80% confidence interval, where the actual expected figure is to be $1.5 billion, as predicted by the authors of Reducing Drug Trafficking Revenue and Violence in Mexico. Economists say using marijuana legally grown in California and sold there would completely get rid of all the need for Mexican marijuana and would be coming from Mexico and trying to make its way to the Californian users. Anywhere from 40 to 67% of the U.S. consumed marijuana is imported from Mexico, coming from Canada, Jamaica, or even grown from people that come here and grow it here. Cartels earn 60% of their revenues from marijuana being smuggled to the U.S. Now that I've talked about the Mexican cartels and how legalization of marijuana prevents them from bringing their number one profitable drugs into this country, I would like to move on to my last point: how we medically use marijuana for people with illnesses. How there are 23 states that have legalized marijuana being used medically. About that, what about the other 27 states? There can be sick people in the other states and don't have access to the medical marijuana. If some people have the opportunity of using medical marijuana, why can't those of other states be able to do the same? What about the patients that get to use marijuana to help their symptoms and are stuck taking prescription pills? My conscience tells me that if one person can use marijuana as medicine in one state, why someone in another state can't legally use it for their own pain or illnesses. Medical marijuana can help with glaucoma, epileptic seizures, Alzheimer's. It slows down the rate of Alzheimer's disease, the spread of cancer, and eases the pain of multiple sclerosis, muscle spasms, inflammatory bowel disease, arthritis, lupus, tremors of Parkinson's disease, and many, many more diseases. In conclusion, now I've informed you of the financial benefit marijuana can have if it is legalized, and what will happen to Mexican cartels, and how all patients should be allowed access to medical marijuana. Marijuana can lead to a lot of beneficial things if it is legalized here in the United States. Not everyone uses it, but the ones that do can be taxed, just like we do with the people that smoke cigarettes. Now my question is everyone ready to legalize marijuana and not make it a punishable offense for the use of recreationally or medically?